right, everybody, we are back. This is week 14 of Tuesday night racing. And a little different this week. We are over at Kate's Park, Weyahwachin.
I guess we're over halfway now.
This would be halfway, yeah.
Yeah. It's great going to Kate's. Look at that view.
Yeah. Thanks. So Kate's, or Weyahwachin, is the traditional village site of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, and it's great that they welcome us here for some paddle sport racing. Nice change of venue for everybody midway through the season here.
Yeah, it's a great location, easy beach access. The parking is great. Another thing I like about going here is actually in this view you can see the point, Roche Point there, and behind all the paddlers, and the tugboats and big power boats come around there, and they create some big waves. Here goes the second stand-up paddleboard waves.
And Tim.
Don't
forget Tim.
And you can go there and you can catch waves and surf.
Yeah.
In a sup, I sometimes go on a sup and I do my stand-up or fall down paddleboarding. Catch a wave, fall off, catch another wave, fall off.
It is good fun, and when those boats are coming back at the end of the day, there's always a good wave at that corner.
Yeah, busy Saturday or Sunday in the afternoon, there's tons of motorboat traffic out there. Whoop! So speaking of falling off, who was that? They're getting on. Let's check out their remount on their knees. Back on board. Looking good. Yeah, and you can see the freighters there, and behind that one on the right had just left, let out a big horn.
Yeah, you can see some different directions here. So we've got 3 courses. We've got our rec course, which is about 3.5 kilometers. We've got a short course, which is almost 5 kilometers, and then our long course, which is not terribly long last night, was about 7K.
Right, and across the Indian Arm, the mouth of Indian Arm there, to Admiralty Point. Actually, Maple Beach was just a bit north of Admiralty Point, and beautiful little beach too to go to. And this is featured in our Maple Beach run, right?
Yep.
Later in the week.
Swimming beach when that time comes in a couple weeks.
There's Shane. Connor Curson is making a comeback.
Yeah, good to see Connor back.
Yeah. Rob Hansen spends his winters in South Africa and here. He's a great paddler. He lives up in Campbell River. Oh, there's Edward and Seth. Seth chose the Zip as his weapon of choice. It's a short little chubby boat, great for paddlers of all abilities, but it's not fast.
Chubby boat, huh? That's what we're going with.
Chubby? Yeah. It's short and wide.
Nice, some good close-up shots of the crew here.
Yeah. Andreas Thompson, Rod Hope, and doing battle. It was a little bit bumpy going across here, as you can see. There's Cynthia, and there's Dawes and Rob Britton mugging for the camera there. Look at us.
Yeah, it definitely changes the waters a little bit, right? There's always a little more wave action off the start compared to Deep Cove out in Burrard Inlet here.
Yeah, it kind of separates the pack a bit, because if you're struggling with balance, you're not going to be going very fast. Now, what do we got here? So, there's Jamie Sterling, followed by Yanis, who's making a good pull there.
John Tsai.
Yeah. Dave Ross, paddling OC, a long-time OC paddler. I think he used to race rowing at a high level too. Chris Mulder.
Look at his matching colors. We need to get him a hat.
Yeah.
There's Lenny.
Yep. Always out. She's a big paddler fan, goes out all the time, has an OC as well. She's a big Epic kayak fan. Anything Epic.
Nice.
This is a dad, do you know his name? He's from the Burnaby Lake Kayak Club. I think his daughter's racing. And it looks like he has some sprint kayak background, maybe. Here's the pointy edge of the wedge out the very front, led by, it looks like Steve SLR.
The Steves?
Yeah, 2 Steves. Shane, just a little bit back, not quite on their wash. Connor's fallen back a little bit too. He's taken a hiatus. He was off, 3 or 4 years. He used to come out quite a bit, and now he's not out as much.
We were discussing back in the days of, we used to have a TNR fantasy league where Some of the staff at the kayak shop would actually draft racers and score points based on how they finished. So I remember Connor being one of the guys we used to draft pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a strong paddler. He was on I think he was on the national whitewater slalom team.
Cool.
He was a slalom paddler. Was Ben Hayward, but Ben has not been coming out. Life's got busy with children and work. Whoa, who's driving this boat?
The ones on the Ambition.
Yes. I don't know if you're allowed to fly a drone that close.
That's a good question. Our drone pilot is an excellent drone pilot, though. So
Is he?
oh, absolutely, he's the best.
He's the best drone pilot?
Yep. Nobody better out there. It is a pretty cool shot, though. Got to give him credit there.
It is. It's amazing paddling. I think technically 100 meters, even the paddlers are supposed to be, not even supposed to be 100 meters from the boat. Big freighters like that.
Not that any of them listen, but we did announce to give the freighter a wide berth.
Yeah, that's pretty wide.
Yeah. Everything looks closer on camera, right?
Right.
Great shot of that line going across the entrance to Indian Arm there.
So I was talking about the Seth's chubby boat, and I got a short and wide. When he's going fast, it creates a really big wave, and so he gave me a great lead out. There I am in the yellow, right behind him.
You were saying you're wearing the right colors, right? You were the yellow jersey in the race here.
I was the protected racer, and once again, Seth was trying to work to help me out as much as he could. I don't know if I fulfilled his. God, here I'm giving you a chance, and you should be going for it. I am going for it, just hanging on.
That's the benefits of raising a son who becomes a stronger paddler than you, right?
That's right.
Put him out in front.
There's another line. Conga line, I heard somebody calling it last night.
That is a good line.
The conga line.
Yeah, so that's Admiralty Point. We've got the dolphin or the wood piling there off of Maple Beach. It's a bit of a tricky one to find if you don't know where it is.
Yeah. Yeah, had somebody...
Thankfully, the Steves know where to go.
The woman asking me before, and I was looking across to try and see it, and it's very hard to see. So there's a great little... This is where from the Maple Beach, this is where you have to run out to Admiralty Point, which is to your right, just coming into view here. Jump in the water at Admiralty Point and swim back to this beach. So it's maybe there. You can see the Admiralty Point there. So it's about 100 meters maybe.
Yeah, I think we call it 200, to make sure everyone can brag about it more.
Yeah, but it's a great little spot to go hang out in the afternoon in the sun and at a high tide and go for a swim.
So how was was this a bit of side chop on this section here as you make the turn?
Yeah. Sometimes if you do a downwind from Kate's Park to Belcarra here or like this. You might have a great run, but then you got to deal with the side chop getting back or head on coming back. So it's always a bit of a, but it builds character. So not as quite lined up for the SUP. Everybody's sort of on their own a bit.
I mean, it's a little bit tougher on the SUP. We talked about it, on commentary, but once someone gets a couple board lengths ahead of you, it's pretty monumental effort to accelerate to try to get them. So you really got to, if you want to hang on to someone, you got to find them early and get right in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks...
Is that Tommy drafting a surf ski there? Looks like it.
He is. Maybe that's Lenny, I think he's drafting. No, now he's going to go for the jump.
Go chase, see if he can get onto Ron there, and I think that's Peter Allen leading the way.
And you can see their waves coming off, the bow waves coming off the boats, and if you can get into there, you can get a little bit of a free ride. Looks like Tommy's making up some good ground. Go Tommy. Now let's see, the turn might make a difference. If he doesn't gas himself out before the turn, can he make the turn and a better turn and sprint up? Hopefully.
Peter's going for the cross draw turn. Looks like Ron's stepping back.
Yeah, and I would think Tommy would have some good skills in this.
He's going maybe a hybrid there, a little half step.
Oh, cross draw, yeah.
See, cross draw means you're less likely to fall in, but you're gonna slow yourself down and not carry as much momentum.
Usually everybody slows down and then tries to accelerate out of the corners. But we'll never know what happened.
Those are the best drone pilot in North Van here, right?
He's very good.
Yeah.
Who is he again?
Liam something?
Liam. Yeah. Picks.
All right, so they're coming around Boulder Island here. They keep Boulder Island on their right before they start making the trip over to Hamber.
There's a little bit of a gap there between, is that rod and the chain has been broken a bit. Seth is still out in the lead, and I'm hanging on for dear life. Warren, and then we got Russ. Russ is doing his own thing. He's pushing the pace. Not really riding anybody's wash or even the side wash there. And Scott Wanless right behind him, and then Rod, and then the gap, and it's Andreas, I bet you. That looks like Andreas. Come on, Andreas, get out. Close that gap. Doesn't feel like you're getting much of a draft when you're struggling, but as soon as you fall off the pace, all of a sudden you know. And there's Graham Henry. Now he's jumped on top of onto
Those of you who hang out with Bob know whose phone that was that just went off, right? Yeah, so do you think Seth, that was a big pack there, do you think Seth actually was controlling the pace a little bit and allowing the bunch up to happen?
He was easing off and accelerating a fair bit, yes. And you know, like in the Tour de France, if you're watching the Tour de France right now, you can see when the pack is short and wide, it's not really going that fast. And as it gets strung out, then people are hammering here. This is a good spot to watch out for rocks.
Yep. I have hit a rock here.
Yeah.
Maybe that one.
And who is that there? Connor is off the pace. Went out strong. Blew up a bit. Looks like it. Shane is still hanging on. You would expect that. Again, not really wash riding that much.
I mean, great shot as he was right up close to Boulder Island here.
Okay, you can see Sean just sort of caught up there. If you can get right up on, even closer. Oh, some spectators, the fans were coming out.
Yeah, this is the fan zone, yeah.
On Boulder Island.
This is a TNR watch party.
Yeah. Except none of them are looking, they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah, so they're going next over to the Hamber Light before they make a left turn and head towards Grey Rocks.
And there is Brian and Tristan, the double, strong double team. Rob Hansen's hanging on. And then the K2 team of Edward and somebody else is falling off the pace a bit. Fans are going crazy there, cheering on.
Edward, no, is that Thomas? Is that Thomas in Tennessee there?
Is it Thomas? Don't know.
Yeah, there's
beautiful
fly
spot.
Over on the fan zone.
Yep. So now the group is sort of bunching up a bit, so the pace is slowed. Whoa! What? Oh my God! This is our pilot, the amazing pilot. All right.
So we'll go back to just the standard boat footage from here on out.
Do we know what happened there?
We were talking him up a little bit, but yeah, he was saying he got a little out of range. Things were getting a little choppy, so I think, and obviously it brought it a little too close to the island there. Thankfully, apparently the drone was picked up by those people in the fan zone, and the boat went over and retrieved it for him. So
we're good. No one was injured.
Yes,
no lives were lost.
And the drone was recovered in working order. So and there's Kelsey and Innica
going strong. Chasing down, is that Brad Heddle? And Linda Warren.
Yeah, it sucks in your craft and there's like not
Exactly.
there was
Yeah.
competition and
Yeah.
now it's gone.
nice looking OC there.
Yeah,
It's a nice boat.
beautiful. Puake.
Nicely done.
Oh, there is Regina and her brand new Zen.
Rotate.
She's stepping
Rotate.
it up. She's really going for it. Taking lessons, putting herself out there to try and improve and get better.
Nicely done. Good job,
Suzanne
ladies.
and Yenny.
Suzanne, widen your stand. That will give you more power. Widen your hand. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
There's one of Dan's sailboats there. Is that what's going on in the back then?
Yep. Boulder Island Dan, the caretaker there. Does a great in the wintertime, we do a carol ship night, and Dan sets off a ton of really big fireworks. And it's all coordinated with the carol ships. The boats are all lit up, and he does it right from this dock. And we run a tour that goes over there in kayak. So a bunch of people paddle over there in the night, in the dark, and watch the fireworks show. It's a lot of fun.
There's Richie on the NSP, non-inflatable this time.
Good for him. So Mike, how much does a good paddle make a difference in the performance on a sup?
A good paddle.
Yeah. Versus just sort of the ones that come in the bags.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty critical. Obviously, you save a lot of weight, but I think the biggest thing I find is you gain that stiffness.
Yeah.
So you're not losing energy to flex in the transfer.
Right.
And then the blade is, like most paddles, it's whatever feels nice to you. But there's so many different blade shapes out there, and you got to find one that's got a good anchor point that's nice and solid for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when blade sizes were like 95 and 100 square inches. And what are they now? They've come down.
Come down a lot, yeah. More like in the 80s. Some people in the 70s for sure.
What's up?
Oh,
here's Sean. Sean, if you remember, was in the dinghy a few weeks back.
the inflatable.
But he's come a long way
He's
in
upgraded.
his craft here. Same color scheme though. It looked good.
Yeah. I like the hat. This is bio sun protection. A lot of people are into the bigger hats here. This is that
Jenny?
Jenny?
Jenny or Jenny's husband, maybe?
Yeah. But yeah, wearing a wide brim hat is important these days.
Watching you.
And I know Coast has a whole bunch of them. When you can go out and you can get them and you get a hat. I had a friend who was a doctor, and she said she's cutting stuff out of guys' ears, men with baseball caps. Does not protect your ears, and women too in this case. But baseball caps, you put them on backwards, some forwards. I think it's faster if you've got it backwards.
Yes, that's why Steve's ahead of Steve.
Yeah,
Because his hat's backwards, right?
look at it. Well, I mean, it just
And Shane too. See, backwards hat is leading the way.
that wind coming back underneath the cap. It's gotta have an effect.
Yeah, nothing to do with the paddling.
Lead group. These guys are what, doing 12 and a half kilometers an hour probably.
It's the famous Hammer Light.
Yes. Eater of rudders.
Oh.
Connor
The tide is too low.
holding on. He's in no man's land right now. No person's land. Watch out for that rock. Right there. Oh, he made it.
Yeah, tide's high enough. We're looking good.
Here comes Hansen. Trista.
Rob did tell me he enjoyed the race because he had two doubles around him that he could battle with, so kept him honest.
Here comes Seth group. Now this group we did particularly poorly going around this. Everybody came almost to a complete standstill. Seth did, and it was a big jam up. And then we gapped them. There's Graham Henry.
Sometimes that's the play. I like to do that on the sup race when you have a technical race. Come into the corner slow, jam everyone up behind you, and then accelerate out. And usually it's a good tactic to pull away on a corner.
Sounds like a dirty trick to me.
No. You just slow it down, No one's going to make a move that close to the buoy, so get a little rest and then hope there's some chaos behind you.
There's Giannis. He's improving greatly. I saw him afterwards in an Evo, trying to balance in an Evo, which is a bit of a jump from the Ace to an Evo, but he's wanting to go faster. Steven and Chris Mulder.
We see it a lot in sup, and it's got to be the same in surf ski, but you don't want to jump up too quick too soon, right? Because stability generally equals speed.
Yeah. We usually say better to grow out of a boat than to try and grow into one. Probably same for sup too.
Absolutely. If your platform is stable, you can put in more power. You're not going to be falling in as much.
The rougher it is, the faster you become.
I definitely experienced it having some of the really narrow boards over the years, and then I would get on the bigger one and realize that I wasn't going any faster on the skinny one. And I enjoyed it more because I wasn't terrified of falling in every time a wave came by.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're struggling
Nicely done, lady.
to maintain your balance, you're not going to be going fast, or you can almost go slower sometimes. I remember watching one year the Board the Fjord, and I think Somebody had a pintail, a narrow pintail, and when it was flat, they accelerated, but when it got choppy, they dropped back.
Larice.
Larice, yep.
Good job.
Maurice Reagan, and there's Brian.
Sheena. Oh, here comes our sea kayak division.
It's like we're coming to the finish. I think maybe the boat retrieved the drone and now has jumped back to the finish. So here, this is Daniel Turner.
Going at a good clip.
Yep. And that's Jenny over there in the sea kayak there.
What a keener she is. Oh, here comes our group. There's Seth. He was leading me out. I sort of thought I'd sit back and sit on the V-wash from both those guys. But here I am, blowing the doors off Warren. Look at that. I think everybody let me win.
Well, Seth still did take you on the results apparently, but you got Warren, and that was the goal, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just beat Warren.
Yep.
You got Alex Martin.
How old's Alex?
How old is Alex? Is Alex 12 now? Hopefully I didn't get that wrong. Sorry if I did, Alex.
Oh, so people, we love it when you write in the comments. You know, make a comment, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of, and we want to see you out at the races too.
Yeah, absolutely. Every Tuesday at Kate's Park, Weyahwachin, until the end of August.
A couple things coming up. We got the Keats Chop this weekend in Gibson's. And then what we're also planning to do is one of our paddlers, Martin Rother, one of the local guys, he just finished the race to Alaska. Keep an eye out. We're going to do an interview with him in this format here and maybe have some of his photos and videos. So stay in touch, you know, subscribe, like, comment. Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week. Tuesday night race, Kate's Park.